Alright, welcome back to Trans Guy Reacts. My name is Nick and I make videos about women's basketball, collegiate or professional. And today I'm going to talk about the other two games that happened today. So the first game, the evening games that happened today. So today is Saturday, May 18th. But the first game was the Chicago Sky versus the Dallas Wings, and whoa, that was a fantastic game. So it was a sold out crowd. Unfortunately, oh, my alarm's going off. Natasha Howard was out because she has her foot injury, and Jaylen Brown was out because she broke her nose. And I think both of them are getting surgery, so they're going to be out for a bit. And then, of course, Satu Sabali was out with a shoulder injury, but she's coming back after the Olympic break, I believe. So a lot of players out for Dallas Wings, so they were down 3 players right there, right? To start this game, it was very turnover centric. Both of the teams were turning over the ball so much, it was kind of crazy. But Arike was doing Arike Gumbawale stuff. She was doing these rainbow threes. It was beautiful. Also, Diamond DeShields was doing some crazy things. She was really effective at the start and throughout the game. Diamond, I believe she hurt her knee last year, so she was out last year. But she's coming back, and she is like she never left. Like, this is the old Diamond Shields that we know. So it was really great. Angel Reese, the rookie, she got to the line twice in the first 5 minutes, and then had a little bit of trouble. She had a little bit of trouble last game with her free throws, but they were going in this time, so she was doing fantastic. Really love to see her doing well in the league to start. Like, she hasn't really had any hiccups at all, and I think she's not getting the attention that she deserves with all the play that she's doing. But anywho, and then for the Wings, Kehlani Brown, she was getting to the line a few times. Kehlani was playing really well, actually. Lou Lopez Senechow, I don't know how to say her last name. She got 2 fouls in 1 minute. Oh my God. I think she's like we call her a sophomore. She's been in the league for like 2 years. People gotta learn the system. It takes time. Although I would say Stephanie Suarez, who's in a similar position, she is very effective on the floor. She had like 2 blocks, almost had a layup, but then she got called for this offensive foul. But she was playing really well all through the night. Kehlani Brown, she had this putback and a foul. She has some really nice positioning through the game. It was really nice first half, actually, or first quarter. It was like 14-20 on the first quarter. Yeah, I really enjoyed how both sides were playing, but the Wings had the advantage. And like I said, Diamond DeShield was being consistent. Monique Billings came in. She's all about hustle. She said she was like, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna bring you hustle, because she's a new hardship player for the Wings. She got waived from the LA Sparks, and she was there for 6 years, and I don't know why they let her go. She's a fantastic player, and she showed why she's so fantastic tonight. She was just doing amazing things. The announcer was like plugging her book, because she has a book and she has a website, but they gave the wrong website address. So ridiculous. The website address is mobillings.com. So MO and then billings.com. Billings. If you want to get her book or her tea, I would definitely check it out. Support her. She also does a lot of good stuff on social media. She's beautiful and she's smart and very good at selling things. So definitely check her out. At the half, it was 30-42. So Wings were in control. I was like, all right, this seems pretty good. Arike was going off. She had 16 points at the half. And Kehlani Brown had 8. And Billings had a few rebounds and some points. So it was looking really good for the Wings. But then Marina Mabry was also going off for the Chicago Sky. And then there was an interesting point where Angel Reese picks up her 4th foul, and it's an offensive foul against J.C. Sheldon. She extended her arm to make space, and she just knocked Sheldon down really hard, and she got fouled on her. And then not 10 seconds later, J.C. Sheldon gets a steal right out of Dana Evans' hands, and she goes down the court for an easy layup. And you see Dana's face when she does it. She doesn't even go for the ball. She doesn't even try. She's once she takes it out of her hand, Dana's just looking there she was pissed. She was so mad. But it was pretty funny. Also, I noticed, if you look at Arike Gumbawale, when she starts to pick up speed to go faster, it's very funny looking. She has this weird thing where she kind of skips. She does this jump. She does a skip to get her speed up to go faster. She looks like she's a freaking cartoon character. It's crazy, but it works. It's very effective. I highly recommend looking that up on a replay because it's very humorous. Um, Unfortunately, there was a collision between Kehlani Brown and Diamond DeShields, and it looked pretty bad. Diamond hit her head against Kehlani's knee and leg because like Diamond was going for a shot. She fell. She came down really hard, and then she hit her head on Kehlani's knees. And then Kehlani had to leave the court. She did come back in the game later, but she just wasn't, she wasn't exactly the same. You know, when that stuff happens to you, it's like very, very rattling. They did have the announcers did have Nancy Lieberman on the call for a few minutes, which I really like. She's a legend. She's a Hall of Famer. And she's a really good coach, and she has some really good things to say. I think she would be great at calling games, actually, like more so in the W. But she's rarely calling games in the W. She's usually just like a guest announcer. So I think she calls games in the NBA maybe. But anyway, the third, it was 55-63. Still, you know, the Wings had the advantage here. So I'm like, okay, Wings are in control. But then the fourth quarter happens, and it is getting crazy. The Sky are coming back, and they get the lead with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Angel Reese gets a foul from Stephanie Suarez, and you can hear actually a lot of the people in the building were Sky fans because they were cheering for. Well, they were probably Angel Reese fans, but they were cheering for Angel for her free throws. It was like, wait, what's going on? I don't really love that. I don't love when there are other fans in the building for the home team against the home team. I'm like, just go to the team you like. Go to their games. Like, don't like be. I don't know. I think it's a little disrespectful, but whatever. It is what it is. And then it started getting a little chippy. McCowan got a foul on Elizabeth Williams, and then she got mad about the foul, and then was doing too much. Refs gave her a technical, and then Coach Tremble was like, "Girl, sit down." But McCowan has said it in the past that she needs to work on handling her emotions. She gets too upset, and so yeah, they had to sit her down. But then the Sky players, they just started going off. Everybody was contributing. I mean, Arike Gumbawale for the Wings was doing her thing, doing her thing, but she can't stop. She can't be the only person. But she tried. There was a really cool sequence where Marina Mabry hit a three, and then Arike, right after her, hit a rainbow three. They were just like trying to go toe for toe. It was pretty funny. Kalani, like I said, Kalani does come back in that fourth quarter, but it's just not the same. Teresa Witherspoon for the Chicago Sky, she just coached them really well. She really had a plan, and they executed, and it ended 83-74. It like flipped on the Dream, and the Sky won on their home court. It was the Sky's first game that they've won. It was Teresa Witherspoon's first game, so that's kind of nice. There's some footage of them like throwing water on her after the game, so sweet, and she like does a small little speech and gets a little emotional, and I'm like, oh my, stop, Teresa, God, come on, don't do this. But it was good to see. The Wings, Arika Gumbawale had 35 points, and then Kehlani Brown had 11 points and 9 rebounds, so she almost had a double-double, but no one else was in double figures. So, and then for the Sky, though, for Chicago Sky, Diamond DeShields had 16 points. Angel Reese had 11 points, 9 rebounds, almost had a double-double. Elizabeth Williams had 12 points, 10 rebounds, so she did have a double-double. Marina Mabry had 14 points. Dana Evans had 12 points, and Kennedy Carter had 12 points. And then everybody played. Even Kaiser played. Like, she got minutes. So I think that tells you right there what the situation is for the Sky. It was a lot more evenly played, and everyone contributed. And then for the Wings, it was like the Arike Gumbawale and sometimes Kehlani Brown show. And that's not going to win the game. You need, it's team basketball. So that's what happened in that game. And like I said, I really think that Angel Reese needs to get her flowers. She is actually living up to expectations in this league and like exceeding them, actually. And I'm highly impressed with her. Now, the last game, you had the Atlanta Dream versus the Phoenix Mercury. The Mercury had a really strong start, I would say. They were controlling the game for the most part the whole time. The Dream were struggling, actually. But Ryan Howard was, trying to work, keep them in the game. Cheyenne Parker as well. Cheyenne Parker Tyus, as, doing her best to keep them in the game. One thing I want to note about Cheyenne is that girl falls a lot. Like a lot. Almost every game she falls. And I wonder, did she play volleyball? Because I feel like volleyball players fall a lot. So, like, you're kind of just used to falling. She never usually hurts herself, but she does fall a lot. And she's a great player, so I can't knock her falling because she's still effective on the floor. But I'm just like, what the hell, Parker, Tyus? What is going on, Cheyenne? Like, why are you always falling? Um, anyway, at the end of the first, it was 15-24. The Merc were up, and there was a point they did this. They had Penny Taylor come on the call with the announcers to talk about the Ring of Honor ceremony. And if you don't know, Penny Taylor used to be on the Phoenix Mercury. She was a fantastic player. Her and Diana would play in tandem together, and they would just go off on each other. She's from Australia, and fun fact, she's married to Diana, and they have 2 kids. So it's really cute. They come to the games and then bring their kids, and it's really great. I love hearing about their family. But yeah, Penny was there plus a few other people for the Ring of Honor. It was like Cheryl Miller, but she wasn't there because she just got her knee replaced. But she sent a video. Pettis, Gilman, and blanking on like the 2 other players. But yeah, some really great legends in the game were honored. Anyway, so then going into the third, the Dream are still staying there. They're staying with them, but they're struggling. They can't get the lead, but they're staying with the Merc. At the end of the third, it is 37-43. Merc is still up, and then at that point though, Diana. Oh, is it this third? No, this is the second. Excuse me, the second quarter is 37-43, and Diana Taurasi and Kalia Copper are in double figures already, and the only player in double figures for the Dream is Ryan Howard. They go to the third. At the end of the third, it's 57-65. The Merc are still up. They're still, I would say the quarter 2 and 3 were very even. And then Kalia Copper is starting to go off. But then in the third quarter, or maybe the fourth quarter, the Dream start coming back, and they are able to kill the Mercury's lead. They had a 12-point lead, and they got it down to 1 point. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, the Dream about to spoil their win. Oh, shit, it's about to be great. So they get the lead 5 minutes into the fourth quarter, so it's 73-72. So the Dream are up 1 point. So it's tight here at the end. It is just like dramatic, actually. This is a crazy dramatic ending. Tina Charles gets this offensive foul on Sophie for sticking her butt out, but I don't understand that because Sophie Cunningham does that shit all the time. She always sticks her butt out, but no one ever calls the foul on her. So I don't get it why we're calling it on Tina. So I don't get that, but that happens. And then right afterwards, Sophie Cunningham hits a 3 and takes the lead back. So now they're 83-84, 1 minute left in the game. Crazy. Then Kalia Copper drives to the basket, 83-86. So they're getting it back. Then Cheyenne Parker Tyus goes in for a layup. She hits the layup, so it's 85-86. But immediately when she hits the layup, she kind of knocks Sophie Cunningham down. And then when she turns to go back the other way, Diana Taurasi is coming in and hits Cheyenne Parker Tyus, and she just goes down too. So she got hit in the face. So it was like crazy. They end up reviewing the play. This is 33 seconds left, by the way. They're reviewing the play, and they deemed that there was no foul in the play at all. What? You could easily say that Cheyenne had an offensive foul on Sophie, and then Diana had a defensive foul on Cheyenne. But they just said, I think they're just saying, let's not even do it. This is the end of the game. Let's just let it be square. They both fouled each other. We're done. Ooh, unfortunately for Parker, she was kind of rattled. She goes out. Then Kalia Copper hits a layup. We're done. It's 85-83. Merc win. So what an ending to that game. It was very dramatic, very fun. I love to see it. For the Atlanta Dream, Alicia Gray had 22 points. Cheyenne Parker Tyus had 18 points. Ryan Howard had 21 points. And Crystal Dangerfield had 10 points. But, very even game. I mean, they shot really well towards the end. But then the Mercury, they had Diana Taurasi had 15 points. Sophie Cunningham had 10 points. And then Kalia Copper had a new career high of 38 points. So, woo! It was fantastic game, very fun. I'm loving these WNBA games. They're always so contentious and close, except if it's an Indiana Fever game. But they're really close and tight and fun, and I just love seeing these women dominate. I mean, they do it every year. It's who they are. It's how the league is. So really enjoying this. Really looking forward to the next games tomorrow. So, yeah. If you like this content, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share. Actually, do not comment. I don't have my comments on. I don't care. There's too many trolls out there, and I don't really care what people think of me. But I do appreciate you if you like the video. If you want to subscribe, that's fantastic. But otherwise, if you don't like me, go kick rocks.